Hey, what's up, everybody? BDO44 coming at you with another video. All right, so this is against my better judgment. And when you go against your better judgment, you usually end up paying for it. But it is expected to rain between 5 and 6 o'clock on this side of town. It is now 12:31. I do want to beat the rain. I don't even have the right pants for this. So if it starts raining like it looked like it's going to rain, I could be in some potential trouble. If the rain comes before they say it comes, I could be in some potential trouble. But I don't want to go to the local Target. I want some exercise. My body feels energetic. I want to move. So as I talked to the lady at the front desk, she said I probably should stay on the local side. But then when she checked and saw when the rain comes around 6 o'clock, I know I can beat 6 o'clock. It don't take me but an hour, 2 hours to do my entire run. And if I walk fast enough, I think I can beat the rain. I do have an umbrella in my backpack, but the umbrella is rather trash. I probably should buy one while I'm out. So yeah, this is me going against my better judgment, hoping I can beat the rain. I can be back before 6. I know I can. I can be back before 5. I know that too. Yeah, so that's what it comes down to. I'm just gonna go do what I know I shouldn't. Maybe I'll take the train directly to the Target. Once I get on the train, maybe that cut off some of my time rather than taking my walk through Hollywood and all that. I think that's probably the smart way to go. Cut back on maybe an hour worth of walking, but I want the exercise. I feel like being out. I've been in the house too much. You know, we did all the NBA trade deadline stuff that came and went. It was a lot of good content made there. There were some other trades that I wanted to talk about, but they didn't. When I'm weighing against what I gotta do here, it didn't make much sense for me to make another video on smaller trades, that some of which details haven't even come out yet. So that's what it really came down to. It's just like, all right, man, let me just get out the house, walk around, get this exercise, pray that I beat this rain cloud, because it's gonna come down strong when it comes down. But if it comes down at 6 o'clock, I should be home by then, before 6 o'clock. So yeah, man, here's to me trying to do something that probably ain't the smartest thing for me to do, but I don't know, man. I prayed about it, and that's it. So yeah, man, today I feel pretty good though. Like I said, physically I feel good. I put on these pants that I'm wearing, and my waist felt more smaller. I guess the pants fit a little better than they did last time I put them on. So this is encouraging that my exercise is working out. And you know, I'm in pretty good spirits, man. Been praying a lot, asking God to help me with everything I have to do. And just, you know, the word of the day in my meditation lately was trust. Trust has been the theme for the week. You know, a lot of times what I tend to do is I'll pray, I'll believe, but then I'll still operate under the pretenses that what it is I've prayed for isn't coming, or that I'm not looking at something the right way. Not praying the prayers that allow for me to live with things not being what I think they should be, nor am I praying the prayers that I should be praying in regards to asking the Lord to help me view things rather the right way. So it's like, God, for example, God, will you make it so that I don't have to deal with the rain? And then I'm walking around thinking the rain's gonna come down on my head, or that I can't handle it if it does. You know, so it's like, that's kind of what the Lord has kind of put in my heart to kind of work on. It's like, and it was said in the Bible too, where I ultimately ended up reading yesterday morning. It was kind of alluding to the same thing. So it's all about, when you ask God to do something, you get confirmation He's going to do it. Trust Him. There's nothing more frustrating than proving yourself to be trustworthy, only for the person you've proven yourself to be trustworthy towards still not trust you, for reasons that have nothing to do with the merit of your word being invalid in their eyes. It's like, I know you're skeptical, but if you keep asking me for something, I keep telling you I'm going to do it, expect that I'm going to do it if I've proven that I keep my word. And that's kind of what the Lord was telling me in so many ways. Trust that I'm going to do it. If I told you, you ask me something, I say yes. Don't I have a good track record with you? And it's like, but the understanding was, I'm saying this because you should end up stressing yourself out off of things I've already said yes to, or things I've already told you I got your back on. You end up believing that that's not true, and it hurts you. You know what I mean? Like that's God. He's like, it's not that I'm annoyed with you like a human being would be for not trusting me. It's that you end up stressing yourself out over stuff I already told you is gonna be okay, type stuff. So it's like when you look at it that way, it's like, and how we as people tend to stress over stuff and harbor no faith, ye of little faith type of, point of views. And you start to understand why God wants us to trust him, not just because it's annoying when you don't, but because it's harmful to you when you stress about things that you've prayed for and you've already got confirmation he's going to work through. So that's where I need to grow as a person, is allowing the positivity of my brain to align with the prayers that I've prayed and the confirmation that may have come that certain things are going to be okay, or certain things are going to work out, or he's going to do a certain thing, or that whatever. I don't have to keep working under the pretenses that he's either not going to do it or only partially going to do it, or praying prayers that reiterate that I need something done that he's already told me he's going to do, or praying prayers that are based around me living without something he said he's going to bring, that kind of thing. So that's what I've been dealing with on my own. It's not only having strong faith, but also working and walking in that faith. Faith is not just something you say that you have and then proceed to say prayers and walk away. It requires you to act as if you believe what's going to happen is going to happen. It's meant to make it so that when God gives you some type of answer on your prayers, that you actually believe he's telling the truth when he does. And for me, it's like, as I've mentioned a couple times, interpreting his word the right way. And he might, I may interpret that he's telling me yes, and then I might turn around and, second guess that communication that came my way, thinking that I got it the wrong way, because it's easier for me to accept that things are going to go bad. You know what I mean? It's easier for me to be pessimistic and poised for things to go wrong, when in actuality you may course yourself off course by moving with those thoughts. The Lord say walk straight, and you take a sidestep. You know what I mean? It's like, no, don't move that way, because the Lord has already told you what's going to work for you is if you move straight. And you take that sidestep, bad things can go wrong, as to where I already told you how to walk. I already gave you the path. You think you know better than I. That's the kind of thing he tells me not to do. Think you know better than I, but you don't. Hey, friend, what's up? And I want you to follow the path that I've given you, because I not only can affect what's going on in your life with that path, but I can affect other people who are going to be affected by your energy with that path. And so be on that path, so that not only for your own selfish reasons things can go right, but for my reasons, which affect so much else, things can too go right. A lot of times for myself, when I think about when I'm upset or depressed or whatever the energy would be, a lot of times I'm the center of what it is that's going on. Lord, would these things work out for me? When there's other people who have to, who also have things that are affected by things falling into place for me, as we mentioned as well very recently. When we think about, oh man, I really want so-and-so to show up at this time, and if they don't, I feel bad about it. Well, so-and-so needs certain things to have in place so that they can be there on time. So-and-so needs to be able to get there safely. So-and-so has needs as well. So a lot of times in my depression, and I speak for myself, but I believe others may feel this, we think of ourselves as the only piece that's either convenienced or inconvenienced by the circumstance, and we want things to work out for us so much without even being cognizant that other people's circumstances aren't affected, and that in things working out for you, they could either not work out for them, or furthermore work out for them because they've worked out for you. And so it's not just about you. And while that might not be very comforting for a lot of people, it should be comforting in the sense that if the Lord's telling you he's going to do something, especially if it's involving others, then it may not be just your blessing that he's promising you is going to work out. So as you work in a space of negativity against what it is he's promised, now you're getting in the way of the blessing that should be coming to somebody else based on their blessing being aligned with yours. I'll use this as an example. You have a situation where you're praying for the right person to come into your life and be your significant other. Well, they too are receiving the blessing of you. So if the Lord tells you, hey, here goes the person you need to be talking to in this way, and you say, well, Lord, I'm second guessing that for this reason, that reason, and the third, not only are you getting in the way of the blessing that's for the path that you were supposed to be on, but now you're denying them the blessing of the path they're supposed to be on with you. It's not just about you. So that you walk in faith is essential to not only your own circumstances aligning with the Lord's intentions, but that too, who else is affected by what it is that you're doing and who you are and how you affect them with your energy is too affected by you moving correctly, by you moving in faith, by you being unselfish, and that you are not the main character brings about a certain comfort that the Lord will keep his promise to not only you, but to whoever else he's bringing forth what he's bringing toward them in you. So that was really important for me to kind of understand. As a person who lives alone, thinks about self, constantly thinking about how things are going to work out for me because there's nobody else to consider in my isolation, lonely life. That's a really important thing to keep in mind when asking God to do certain things and then believing or not believing he's going to do it. It's like it's not just you that's affected by these things that you're asking for. It's going to be someone else. So if God say, hey, walk straight, I'm going to give you your pot of gold. What you don't see is how much of that gold is going to go to somebody else who needs it because you receive it, and he's going to tell you to give it to somebody else. So if you avoid the gold, they can't get it and you don't get it. And everything else that transpires from that. So it's like this blessing that I'm asking for, whatever it is, it ain't just a relationship between my faith and God's will toward what it is I've asked for. It's a bigger, broader relationship that's outside of my scope between my faith, what I've asked for, the Lord, and all of who he's affecting by what it is he's giving to me or what it is he's keeping from me, whatever the case may be. And so that's really what it is. And I was asking for this and that, and maybe it was meant for me to get that, but maybe not this, because if I get both, then it's a problem for somebody else. But if I get that and not this, then somebody else gets what they need, I get what I need, and we move in the right direction. But if I keep on letting my lack of faith coerce me into spaces that keep me from getting the fullness of what I'm supposed to receive or the increments for which I deserve, then that same pattern of disbelief is also aligned with a disservice to others who are affected by what it is that I receive. Because now that sets them on a path that they ain't supposed to be on. It sets me on a path where I'm not getting what it is that I've asked for. And all these different energies that really embody so much more than just oneself. And so that's what the Lord has helped me with. He's working on me in that regard. He's made it clear to me that he's not annoyed with me, that this is a part of the process of my growth as a person. That I just simply learned to trust God the first time. I'm going to do this. Yes is the answer to the question you've asked. Stop asking me questions that are centered around you dealing with the answer being no. That's what the Holy Spirit has put in my heart to receive and believe. Stop speaking as if what it is I'm going to do ain't something I just confirmed to you. And asking me to do this, and this around the idea that it's not what I just said it was. It is what I said it is. I'm going to do this. And it ain't just about you, so you don't have to embody your pessimism about receiving good things and belief that you're not either deserving or going to receive good luck or what have you. Stop allowing that to coerce you into paths that are allowing for what it is that's meant for somebody else to not come their way through you of whom I'm giving this to. It's like, wow, that's deep. Like, yeah, because that selfishness And that center of attention, self-centered perspective is coercing you away from being in a position to bless others with what it is that you're supposed to be giving them through you, that I give to you. And it's like, yeah, that makes sense. That makes all the sense in the world. Just because I don't believe a good thing can come my way doesn't mean that the good thing that you're promising me is only going to affect me. Somebody else has much greater luck than me. And through me, their blessing comes through. So it supersedes my bad luck, so to speak. Because what I'm doing is going to affect them too. So you can have comfort in that. For those of us who are super pessimists, but have belief in God, there's comfort and understanding that maybe you don't think you deserve the greatest thing, but the greatest thing is coming your way, because it's you having it is going to affect some other people a different way, and they deserve the energy that comes from you being in their midst while having the thing that makes you most happy. That courses their path on a different way when they are in the presence of you being happy with the thing that I'm about to give you. And so that's what it is. It's like you can believe, like, for those of us who are super pessimists, it's not always about our luck and what we deserve. And you pray, you connect with the God that you believe in. You listen to what it is he wants you to have. When he tells you no, you ask him how to live with that. When he tells you yes, you ask him how to accept that. How to be good with what it is that he's blessing you with. How to not be worse for what it is you inherit. These are the things that we got to do as believers so that we can be right, aligned with his timing and aligned with the attitude we're supposed to have to receive the blessings that we're supposed to receive. It is not meant for us to be self-centered in a sense where we're pessimistic even when it's okay. He's told us it's okay. He's told us it's going to happen. He's told us it's going to be positive. He's told us he's going to work it out. Your lack of belief in him is going to set you on a course that's going to allow for you to deny somebody else something that he's promised them through you, and you receiving your blessing. So that's the meditative space that I've received, man. That's a very important message for me. It's a very important message for a lot of us pessimists, because we think the world revolves around us, and therefore anything good that comes our way, we just can't possibly receive it. You know what I mean? Our luck ain't that good. And we've been really thinking this way a lot of the time, which is why our luck ain't no dang good. It sets us on a path of not getting anything good because of how we think and then how we move from there. That positivity is so important. It's not just a positive in the sense that we're rah-rah, we believe hopeful stuff and maybe it goes one way or another. It's about what choices you make when your mindset is on the idea that things can go right. And what decisions you make and what you ultimately avoid when you think things can go wrong. Sometimes when you're doing that, you're stepping over good things, stepping on bad things, stepping around blessings right into puddles, you know what I mean? Trying to avoid good things because you just have to be able to accept the pessimism. It aligns with your reality of what's supposed to come your way. And that's what I've learned, man. That's exactly what I've learned. Sometimes it's not about what's coming your way. It's about, through you, what blessings are coming someone else's way. And maybe this isn't what you think it is. Maybe this isn't aligned with your timing as it pertains to how you think things are supposed to work out. Maybe this is on something divine, and in it being in the divine, maybe it could be something that you can look at through a positive lens for a change. Maybe it's that you look through things in a negative lens so often it made it so that bad things ultimately came your way. Which came first? Chicken or the egg in this regard? Well, in my mind, it doesn't really matter. It's about what comes next. And if we're going to have the right mentality and know what prayers to pray so that we can position ourselves for whatever the reality will be and learn how to accept these yeses being his yeses and his no's being his no's, then you can stop wasting time praying prayers that help you cope with things that are not coming your way, or helping you live without things that are ultimately coming your way. Or for those of us who don't pray at all, avoiding good things, avoiding blessings, because we just can't accept that good things would ever come our way. So that's a blessing, man. That's the blessing the Lord's put in my heart to share with everybody. Like I said, this is not, as I always say about religious conversations, it's not religious at all. You could be Muslim, you could be Buddhist, you could be Christian, you could be many different types of Christianity, Catholic, Protestant, whatever your belief system is. This still applies to you. If you have some sense of something greater than yourself, then this, I think, can work in line with what you're thinking. Because at the end of the day, a lot of us are praying to whoever we're praying to for something to come our way that we want. But how we view ourselves in the world around us will determine, in a lot of cases, how likely we are to accept things going one way or another. Too arrogant to accept that things could not be working out. And you get blindsided by tough times. That's the inverted aspect of a lot of people's mindset. I always win. I never lose. So you don't know how to accept loss or how to prepare yourself for losses. I'm cocky. I ain't never lose confidence. So you don't know how it feels to deal with circumstances when you've suddenly been humiliated. You can't handle that in grace because you never allowed yourself to pray the prayers that would align with what is ultimately to come. Not what you think is coming, but what is actually about to happen, which in a lot of cases are two very different things. You know? So we want to pray prayers, if we're believers, we want to pray prayers that center around what the Most High is intending on doing to us and through us, rather than just what our skepticism or our optimism will allow us to believe. You know, and so that's part of it, man. For me, I want people to understand that goes both ways. And so that's really what I got to say, man. I'm about ready to talk some basketball now. Of course, you know how I get down. When it comes to the Lakers, there's a lot to say. So that's where my head is skipping off to. But I hope that I left you with the message that came to me in meditation. I hope you guys understand that meditation for me is a connection with God, something greater than myself, and letting him take over my mind and my heart to teach me lessons that ultimately I would learn in other ways, if not for being the way that I am. And I think he gives me these things because he wants me to have a voice from which to share them with others. And so that's ultimately what I think it is. I'm thankful for my voice. I'm thankful for his grace upon my life. I'm thankful for his patience with my struggles. And I'm thankful for all of you guys for watching. Video 44. I'm out.